Hello, Canada. It's Monday. Justin set the theme for this week as who is your greatest Canadian? And I've kind of hemmed and hawed over this because really I think that, you know, Canada is a nation of great people and that we've had a lot of great people over the years. When encouraged to pick one person as the greatest Canadian, I guess my first inclination is to go with the obvious and go with Trudeau. However, I think I'm going to try and come up with someone a little different and see if I can find a great Canadian that isn't necessarily a politician. Okay, so I've come up with my decision. It's no less vogue than going with someone like Trudeau, but especially given today's, issues of the day, I decided to go with David Suzuki. Recently, climate change has become a very significant issue of concern for the world, and particularly for Canada, because we have the high Arctic in Canada, and it is one of the most fragile environments on the planet. Not only has he been a prominent Canadian in the past, he and his cause will in the future make him an extremely important figure. And we will come to realize that the message that he has been sending for many, many years was far more imperative perhaps than we realized at the time, and that he was a man ahead of his time. And I heard a while ago that he and his wife put out only one bag of garbage per month in their home, and that's something that I personally have attempted to strive toward. Now I'll grant that in this house there are 5 adults and 1 infant, so 1 bag of garbage is not possible per month. But I figure that scaling that, if I can manage to put out 2.5, 3 bags of garbage a month, that's roughly equivalent, because babies produce a lot of garbage. Regardless, this is about David Suzuki. As I'm sure we all have, I've watched The Nature of Things and I've enjoyed his specials, and so I think, he gets that message out about climate change and about its importance, and basically about the importance of all things natural, which I think is a very important message, especially in the over-industrialization of the world, that it's a good thing to have somebody who's taking that natural message and trying to get it out in the mainstream. So David Suzuki is my greatest Canadian, and I think he's probably a lot of people's greatest Canadian, because he's very important to our country now and will be very, very important to our country and I think the world in the future. Now on to something a little more personal. Some people probably know that my laptop bit the dust, and so I've been kind of mourning its loss and missing all of the files and whatnot that were located on my laptop. I haven't gotten anywhere with it, and so my videos probably for the next little while, until I manage to get the files off my laptop, are going to be a little bit abridged and a little bit less polished than they usually are. My desktop computer, at which I'm working right now, is barely sufficient for video editing, and this particular video is going to be the most taxing video that I've ever created on it. So we'll see how that goes. Dave, I look forward to seeing you and your greatest Canadian tomorrow.